Hi, so now we are going to use our CAD skills to get to the fun part, which is landscape design. And we will begin by using the site plan that you created in the last week 8 assignment and move on and begin a landscape design for the Hawthorne Street residence. What we would like to have is some new elements in this landscape design. So if you were talking to the client, these would be things they are pretty much asking for. So this client is going to need a fence around the property. So a fence would typically go from somewhere around the corner of the house all the way along the property line to meet up somewhere along the side of the house. Sometimes people do front yard fencing, low front yard fencing, but we'll just do backyard in this case. She has a beautiful sunroom back here that she would like to add on to and have a nice dining area in the backyard with a shade structure, probably coming off of the sunroom area. She would love to have an outdoor barbecue counter that has about a 36-inch gas grill, a mini fridge, and a sink. A separate outdoor living area with a fire pit. And she would like to make sure that this most of this existing tree area is preserved. So when we're adding in to this area, we want to look at making sure that some of the trees stay. In the front yard, this is going to be mostly a landscape exercise. So we have guests currently walking up the driveway, up 2 steps to the entry. There's also an entry sidewalk. So what I would do here is add a walkway up to the side of the front porch, maybe even expand the front porch a little bit, and make that a nice walkway for a guest to come up so they don't necessarily need to walk up the driveway. We will be using symbols that are typical of our last exercise. And in addition to that, going to upload some little bits of information that I have from past work that I've done. And you can take some of these symbols and use them and also create your own. So this is conceptual plan example, and I'll go ahead and upload that to Canvas for you to work with. Let me show you what some of those symbols are because sometimes they're a little hard to see in plan view. We have a small fountain here, so that's just 2 concentric rings. This is a 4-seat table with chairs. We have tree symbol. This would be a flagstone area. Trees here. Lawn is typically some little dots. We have a couple of walls. Hopefully you're recognizing this is our last exercise. Again, flagstone area. This would be a little arbor. So these are some typical symbols. These would be gate symbols, posts, fencing, flagstones. We have a larger dining table with some chairs. And then in the backyard here, we just have a few more seats. This would be a porch swing, not very well detailed. I could probably have done a better job there. Little bench, a little water feature, and these would be raised garden beds. And this is an expanded patio cover. So what you see here are the posts, and typically you'll see posts and a dashed line around the edge of the shade structure. That will delineate your shade structure area. It's a little hard to show them in plan view. So this was our last exercise and just a different type of design for it. You are free to design however you choose and see fit. You can do a strong angular design like our last exercise. It has a lot of squares and rectangles for the hardscape areas. You can also do something more curvilinear, more naturalistic looking. These are all up to you. So here is this plan and a little more finished version into a conceptual plan. So this is something that you will do in the next couple of exercises. So we'll do hardscape to start. We'll do planting the following week, and then set up the sheet the third week. So this will be similar to our third week exercise. So you'll have a hardscape, planting, then the conceptual sheet. Let me show you another example of a different residence. Again, these are some blocks that you can take and use as you see fit. These are a little more simple stepping stones, a flagstone entry or some sort of stone. This is a symbol for maybe a driveway cutout, so you can kind of cross the driveway to the backyard, enjoy a secondary entrance. Here's a gate and our fencing. Walkways to the backyard. Again, a very curvilinear pattern. This backyard has a large pool with a water slide. A secondary lawn area, small shade structure, a lot of trees. And then we have a legend that shows the numbers over on the plan, reference to a legend that describes the plan and design that we've done. So I'm going to stop here for a minute, and if you are comfortable with these elements and moving along to create your own landscape design for the Hawthorne Street residence, please feel free to start now. I will create a second video with a demonstration of maybe how I would add some of the hardscape design elements to this plan in case you are struggling to get started.